Hey guys, today we're going to be exploring my rebuild of Ridgefield farm, and this build is not my original build. It's a rebuild I created off of another creator's video, so I'll link their video in the description. And if you want to see part 2 of this video, I did Violet's barn. In this video I'm doing Maddie's barn. As long as we're all on the same page, this isn't my build, it's a rebuild. I did rebuild these barns because it was a nostalgic Minecraft build for me, and a lot of you guys requested me to rebuild this video in a recent poll. Actually, you know what, it's not recent, it was a few months ago, and it took me a few months to build this, honestly, because I was working on other projects. But hope you guys enjoy the tour. Let's get started. Okay, when you first walk into the barn, there are pastures on either side. I don't have any horses because I just finished this barn. I haven't really started using it, so it is kind of scary in that way. When you walk into the barn, this is what it looks like. I just used some of the Western photos that were in my paintings pack, and this is the tack room. I did my best to recreate her barn as accurately as I could, and then for items that were just outdated or didn't exist in the game for me or didn't exist in my texture pack, I just kind of was creative. So I have all of the tack items you need right here and bridles, and this is what it looks like. And if you go upstairs to the loft, this is the hangout lounge area. This area looks way different from hers. Hers was more set up like an office, but since I already kind of did an office for Violet's build, I wanted to try like a lounge. I wanted it to have Saddle Club lounge vibes, except fancier. This is where people can come hang out after their lessons or taking care of their horses, I guess. And it also gives a nice view of the stables, the roof at least. Okay, and then here's the entryway again. If we go onto the right side, this is where all the feed room is. We have like hay, salt licks, sugar cubes, different kinds of feeds depending on what kind of horse you have. And a lot of my ideas for the feed and stuff is from Violet's video, so I just have the same texture pack I used for hers. This build is on the same plot. You can see it over there, barely. Okay, if we come through, this is the washing bay. I have all of the things you need to groom a horse, and the floor is supposed to be like a drain, so you can use a hose or whatever. And you can also use cross ties if you need to tie your horse. Okay, and these are the stalls. The whole lot is shaped like a giant rectangle, and there's no roof over the barn. I like how in Maddie's barn she had an outdoor sort of feel to the barn. It was very Western, and I tried to keep that vibe here. I did update the stalls to have like brick on the outside, but I still tried to keep that Western feel because I don't like using just one block to decorate, because I find that to be really hard to build with. I get bored of looking at the same block when I'm building. That's honestly it. This is an example of what a stall looks like. So we have doors. If you walk in, there's a window. They have windows on both sides, and they have a feed bin and water. Even though there's no horse in here, we're just gonna pretend. We're gonna pretend it's fine. Okay, and in these stalls, I actually put some horses last minute. I was like, this feels like a ghost town in here, like I'm scared, and we actually need some horses. So this is Pedro, Thunderbolt, Eclipso, Marshmallow, Jondi, Gaston. We have one more horse, it's Goldie. This horse is exactly the coat color of a horse that is at the stable I ride IRL named Goldie, so that's why I named this horse. And you can go all the way around the whole outside of the stable. It all looks pretty much the same, but on each corner of the inside block, there's an extra large stable with 2 entrances and exits. This is supposed to be for like breeding purposes, and it's on all 4 corners of the inside block of the stable. Goldie is just checking out the scenery. Okay, and then this is the outdoor pastures for horses. So just like in Maddie's video, geldings, stallions, and colts go on the left side, and then mares and fillies go on the right. I made sure to fill up the pastures with lots of lush flowers and grass, and they have water. Honestly, they have a buttload of hay. Like, they're not gonna run out for a while. This is what the outdoor pastures look like from above. I did forget to show you guys one thing, so I'm gonna just take you there really quick. So I took you guys to the loft to show you like the lounge room, but I forgot to show you guys the hay loft, so we're gonna go there next. You can see the hay loft right there. It looks beautiful. And you can get there by going up this ladder from the feed room, and there's just a bunch of hay in here, as you can see. Not that exciting. And then from here you have a view of the trailer park. I mean, it's not a trailer park, but it's a parking lot. Let's go look at the parking lot. Okay, so I'm back at the front of the stables, and I really like the simplicity of this build. I feel like a lot of barns I've done have like 7 entrances and exits, and they all have like a huge roof, and it's all like really like, I don't know, mundane to build. But this one was really interesting to build, and it had some like unique things to any builds I've tried. So here's the parking lot. You can talk to the ticket assistant through the window. Stuff goes on in there. And then here are the trailers. I copied these trailers from the trailers I built in my other video for Violet's barn. I can't remember where I built those from, but I think it's linked in that video. So I have a blue trailer and like a brown one. I tried to be like more westerny with the colors. So they have places to eat and separators for the horses. And this one fits, each one fits 3 horses in an ideal world. And then I have the red trailer. This is what it looks like inside. Okay, that's it for the parking lot. Now if we go back to the front of the stable, I'll show you guys how we can access the outdoor arenas from here. The first outdoor arena you can access from Ridgefield stables is the jumping arena. This is connected to the build I did for Violet's builds. So I already showed you guys that in that video. If you want to go see a tour of that barn that I did, that I copied, I did not make it, but you can go check out my other video. Okay, and then I have these outdoor tack up areas. Each one has like a bucket and cleaning supplies for you to clean up after yourself, please, and important grooming supplies. There's also like stepping stools in one of them, I think. There's like a stepping stool over here in case you need to use it to mount the horse. Okay, and then if you keep going, you can reach the western arena that I built. For the western arena, I didn't like directly copy her build, but I did use all of the concepts she used in her video. So she had barrels, she had pole bending, all kinds of things. So I added some of the things she had in her western build, and then I also added things that I've experienced in my western lessons. So we have these little jumps with the pole bending. Then we have these kind of barrels. These are a kind she had in her build. And then over in the middle, there's some barrels for you to practice some barrel patterns. I also made like a hay bale thing to walk through and a bridge over water so you can go over it. And then I have something for you to practice going in and backing up at an angle, stuff like that. Okay, so that's basically the western arena. And then if you leave the western arena, you can enter the stable from this side too. That way, if you're tacking up your horse and you want to go out to the arena, you can just go straight out from the stable. You don't have to go through the stable doors, which is how most barns are. You might have seen this. We passed this earlier in my tour. And then on the roof, I just did like a simple design. I didn't actually copy her roof very well, and I couldn't really see it from her video, so my build was kind of boring, and so I added some spice by putting some fencing and some greenery on top. I thought it made it look cool. And it still maintained like the western feel it had. Okay guys, hopefully you've enjoyed my tour of my rebuild of Ridgefield Farm. Let me know in the comments if you want me to try any other rebuilds, but I'm also going to be creating my own build, and I'm going to be using Swim. I know on my other video people commented and said, why aren't you using Swim? I do want to use Swim in the future, but this build was built a long time ago, like before I had even heard of Swim and before a lot of people talked about it. So this server is not on Swim, but yeah, let me know if you guys enjoyed, and go out check out the original creators video. That's the video that inspired this whole build. Thanks for watching. Bye.
I'm on thin ice, you'd never guess. I've been hiding a monster, keeping it quiet. I do my best.